Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Dominik Mysterio and Rhea Ripley were an on-screen couple for almost 2 years before the former NXT North American champion betrayed the Eradicator and joined forces with Liv Morgan at WWE SummerSlam 2024. Dirty Dominik recently shed light on how Rhea helped him during his promos. Speaking to Sam Roberts on the Not Some Wrestling podcast, the Judgment Day member noted that Rhea Ripley used to perform double duty and say his lines during promos. The WWE Intercontinental Champion stated that the crowd would let her speak and boo him every time he tried to get a word in. She, Rhea Ripley, would have to say what I had to say for me because we had to get the message across. But I couldn't get it across. So she had to say it. 'Cause for some reason, they'd let her speak, and then they'd just start booing me. So I'd try to get it out, and then they'd cut me off, and then she'd get a whole sentence out, then we'd try it again, and then it still wouldn't work. So she would just have to say the whole thing. So it was double work, he said. From 1557 onwards, Dominik Mysterio won his first main roster title at WrestleMania 41. He pinned Finn Balor to become the WWE Intercontinental Champion in the Fatal 4-Way match that also featured Braun Breaker and Penta as the other two stars. John Cena makes a massive claim about Dominik Mysterio. Dominik Mysterio recently received massive praise from undisputed WWE Champion John Cena. In the most recent edition of the Pat McAfee Show, the Cenation leader stated that Dirty Dom was born to be a professional wrestler. He praised the Judgment Day member and noted that the latter has yet to showcase his true potential. Cena believes that Dominik will be the greatest Mysterio in professional wrestling. Dom Mysterio is born for this. Period. And I got to work with him very early in his career. Dom just makes everything effortless, and he doesn't crack under pressure. And any pool we've dropped him in, he has not only treaded water, he's swimming laps around everybody else. We ain't even close to what that kid's capable of. He's incredible, and he's going to be incredible for the next 20 years or as long as he wants to be in this business. He will be, and I love his dad like he's another one as a close connection. I love that dude. He will be the most famous Mysterio in professional wrestling, he said. In his most recent in-ring appearance, Dominik Mysterio defeated Penta to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw. It remains to be seen what lies ahead for the member of the Judgment Day. For months, fans watched Dominik Mysterio evolve from Rey Mysterio's quiet, respectful son into one of the most hated, and oddly beloved, heels in WWE. And a huge part of that transformation? His growth and confidence, especially on the mic. But now, in an exclusive and deeply personal reflection, Dominik is opening up about the person who helped him get there, Rhea Ripley. I was struggling, Dominik begins, his voice softer than the usual cocky tone fans have come to expect on Monday Night Raw. I mean, I could wrestle. I've been around the ring since I was a kid. That part, I was ready for. But the promos? The live crowds? Man, that terrified me. Back when Dominik first debuted in 2020 during the Seth Rollins feud, fans were impressed by his athleticism. But there was something missing. His words didn't land the way they needed to. Critics were harsh. Social media flooded with "he's not ready" comments. Dominik admits he heard every single one. I'd read the tweets after every show, he confesses. People saying I sounded robotic. That I was only here because of my dad. It messed with my head. Then came Judgment Day. Then came Rhea. Dominik recalls the exact moment things changed. We were backstage at an episode of Raw, and I was just standing there, script in hand, pacing. I couldn't get the tone right. I was overthinking every word, he says. And then Rhea just walks up to me, snatches the paper, crumples it, and goes, "Dom, talk to me like you're talking to me. Not them. Me." That was the moment everything shifted. Ripley, already known for her commanding presence and natural charisma, became more than just Dominik's on-screen mommy. She became his mentor in a way few had realized. She didn't teach me how to talk. She taught me how to feel what I'm saying, Dominik explains. She'd look me dead in the eye and say, "If you don't believe it, why should they?" Backstage, Rhea and Dom would run lines together, not in the traditional sense, but through improvisation. Ripley would challenge him to drop the script entirely. She'd throw scenarios at me. What if someone disrespects mommy? What do you say? And if I didn't react fast enough, she'd shove me, literally. You gonna let that slide? She'd say. That fire? That edge? I got that from her. Dominik credits one particular segment, The infamous Thanksgiving at the Mysterio's home in Vision, as the turning point. We filmed that at my abuelita's house, and I remember Rhea pushing me to go all in, he says with a smile. She kept saying, make it awkward. Make people uncomfortable. That's when I stopped worrying about whether I sounded WWE enough. I just started being me, or at least this version of me. Of course, this version of Dominik Mysterio is brash, delusional, and blind with affection for Ripley. Fans can't get enough. Whether he's being booed out of arenas during every sentence or awkwardly flirting with Rhea on screen, his presence now is magnetic. She gave me the confidence to own that, he says. That silence from the crowd? That deafening boo? That's power. And she taught me how to use it. Dominik admits that before Ripley, he was constantly looking for approval. I'd go to agents or producers and ask, was that okay? Should I say this line different next time? But now? I go to Rhea. If she nods at me after a promo, I know I did my job. The dynamic between them off-camera is more supportive than most realize. She's not just my on-screen partner. She's family now. We've had long talks, about the pressure, about the weight of legacy, about finding our voices. She's been there for all of it. There's a deep respect in his tone when he speaks about her. Rhea's intense. But she's also incredibly smart about this business. She sees things that others miss. She can tell when someone's just saying lines versus living them. Even Damian Priest and Finn Balor have noticed the shift. I remember Priest pulling me aside after a promo last year and saying, that was different. You're starting to get it. And I told him, it's Rhea. She won't let me slack. Dominik admits that there are still nerves before big segments, especially during high-stakes storylines or championship scenes. But now, before I walk through that curtain, I hear her voice in my head, make them believe you. Make them hate you. And if he slips up? She'll tell me straight, he laughs. Rhea doesn't sugarcoat. If I miss the beat, if my timing's off, she's the first to let me know. But she'll also be the first to say, you killed it, when I nail it. As Judgment Day continues to dominate WWE programming and with rumors swirling about a potential breakup or internal power struggle, Dominik stays grounded thanks to Rhea's mentorship. No matter what happens with Judgment Day down the line, he says, the stuff she taught me? That's for life. I could be in a completely different story 5 years from now, and I'll still be channeling what I learned from her. He pauses before adding, I think people forget sometimes how much confidence it takes to go out there, live, in front of thousands of people, and own your words. Rhea made me believe I could do that. She gave me the green light to stop trying to be Rey's son and start being Dominik Mysterio. And that Dominik Mysterio? Love him or hate him, he's here to stay. And he's got Rhea Ripley to thank for it. She's the reason I found my voice, he says finally. And now that I've found it, I'm never losing it again. Would you like a version of this turned into a video promo script or a WWE-style backstage interview scene?